we're going to be talking about owning your legacy. And it's very important to understand as an entrepreneur is to own your legacy, because whatever you are creating as an entrepreneur, this is going to be something that's going to be a long lasting impact on whatever that you are doing within the field of entrepreneurship and what have you. So it's very important that you learn how to own your legacy, because this also going to be something that you're going to pass down to your offspring, pass down to one of your family members, pass down to someone that will help continue to make an impact within the industry, within the world, within people and what have you, that you have to offer for as your business as an entrepreneur and what have you. But other than that, guys, man, make sure you tap in to episode number 36. Thank you. Yep. I gotta hustle, I gotta grind, I gotta chase the dreams of mine. I got a vision, I got a spark, I'm gonna turn it to a work of art. It's not about the money, it's not about the fame, it's about creating something that will carry my name. Entrepreneurship, that's the game. Building empires, creating change, bringing ideas to life, taking risks, feeling alive. Invest Brand Podshow. Grand rising to all my investors and stuff out there, man. Thank y'all for tapping in with me on another Invest Brand Podshow on this Monday. This is officially episode number 36. I know last week we didn't have a show, but I'm back as promised. So hopefully y'all used last week to get caught up on every episode 1 through 35. So this is officially number 36. And today's topic we're going to be talking about is owning your legacy, which is very, very important. But before we jump into the topic for today, you know what time it is to all my investors itself, man. If y'all are watching this playback on our YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button, very important, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be notified when a new episode drop. And also, if you are listening to this playback on our Spotify channel, make sure you hit on that follow button so you can be notified when a new episode drop. And also, if you haven't already, went to NVestBrand.com. That's investbrand.com, and sign up on our emailing list so you can be emailed when the official site drop with all the new product and what have you. So it's very, very important to do that, because it's coming up, have a little setback here and there, because I want to make sure everything is right before we relaunch the site again. I want to make sure everything is put in place, everything is where it needs to be and what have you. Sometimes as an entrepreneur, you want to make sure that everything is set before you just put anything out there, but not saying you should take your time to the point where it hinders you from ever taking that step forward. If you already have your stuff together and what have you, make sure you take the time to put it together before you put it out there and what have you, because you got to understand the first impression is usually the long lasting impression someone have of your business, what have you. So you want to make sure it's a good impression before you put it out there and what have you. But other than that, guys, you know what time it is, man. Before I jump into the topic for the day, I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with that segment, guys. Quote me on that, where I read you a quote, then I explain to you what the quote means. But I'll be right back. So make sure y'all tap back in with me. Episode number 36 of the Invest Brand Podshow. Yo. Thank y'all for tapping back in with me on this Invest Brand Podshow for today. Like I said, this is officially episode number 36, and we're going to be talking about is owning your legacy. But before I get into the topic today, you know what time it is. That segment we call Quote Me on That, where I read you a quote and I explain to you what the quote means. But today, for all my entrepreneurs, my investors itself, people out there betting on themselves, out there chasing their goals, their dreams, and what have you, man. Whatever you doing, man, to create a better situation for yourself, man, this is for you. The quote for today is, never wait for opportunity to be given to you, but instead go and create the right opportunity for yourself. Let me read the quote one more time, just in case you didn't understand it or understood what I said and what have you. The quote is, never wait for anyone to give you opportunity, but instead go and create the right opportunity for yourself. And that is the quote for today. So the meaning of the quote, guys, is basically what it says, because a lot of times we wait for opportunity. And when we waiting for opportunity, that hinders us from executing, getting out there and taking control of our own destiny, creating our own opportunities. See, the right way to go about it and do what you need to do is create your own opportunity. So when you create your own opportunity, that allows you to create the right opportunity for yourself. Like the saying is, I know it's a very cliche saying, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And that's like opportunity. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready for opportunity, because when you create an opportunity for yourself, you create the right situation for yourself at the time and what have you. So it's very important, man, to create your own opportunities. Created opportunities is always the best, because you can control the situation, what have you, rather than you sitting waiting for an opportunity to happen and what have you. So other than that, man, guys, man, that is the quote for today. So make sure y'all create an opportunity for yourself, and you're not waiting for anyone to give you opportunity to be great and what have you. But other than that, man, that is the segment for today. Quote me on that. We're going to jump into the topic. I know we usually have the segment entrepreneurs, but we don't have we're not going to do that segment today since we didn't have a show last week. We're just going to jump right into the topic today. Like I said, for today's topic, we're going to be talking about is owning your legacy, which is very important as an entrepreneur to learn how to own your legacy. It's very important that you get to the point that you're doing that, because when you building a business as an entrepreneur, whatever you're doing, building the service, you're building the brand, you want something that's going to have a long lasting impact on the industry or just people in general, the world in general, and what have you. You want to make sure it have a long lasting impact. And how you do that is you controlling your own legacy, right? It's all about longevity. This is going to be something, when you're building your legacy, it's going to be something that you can pass down to your offsprings. You can pass down to someone you trust, that you know that's going to do a good job at handling and continue to push whatever you have done as an entrepreneur, pushing your legacy, adding on to your legacy and what have you. So it's very important as an entrepreneur to do that, right? To own your legacy and what have you. And it's very important, man, to do that. And I wrote down a couple things to help entrepreneurs out here, especially owning your legacy, owning your legacy and what have you, because it's very important to get to that point where you know how to own your legacy, because it's very important, like I said, as an entrepreneur to do so. So I got a couple things. Hopefully it will help you out. Hopefully it points you in the right direction, get the ball rolling for you. Hopefully this will be some things that you can apply to your journey of entrepreneurship and what have you. So number one that I have on my list is define your mission and your values, which this is going to be the point where you're going to clarify the purpose of your business and the value it stands for, which is very important. This is going to go beyond your financial success, because now you're looking at your long-term goals. This is all about longevity. So you want to plan and have solid long-term goals that you're looking for, right? Yes, you can reach all the financial success as possible, but it's a point in time, if you don't have any type of long-term goals that's going to keep you on top, keep you up there, it don't matter, like I said, how much financial success you have, you will fall, because you don't have anything else to look forward to, right? You feel like it's over with. You achieved your success of being financially stable and what have you, but you understand money goes up, comes down, and go back up. But you want to make sure you have solid long-term goals that you're going to continue to achieve, continue to strive for, and what have you. It's very important that you define the purpose of your business, because people want to understand, what are you in business for? What value is your business adding within that space of the industry that you are looking to become an entrepreneur in, right? You want to be able to add value not only in the business world, you want to add value to people. So people want to understand, want to know what's your purpose of your business and the value that it stands for, right? Because people take in consideration of a business, of a brand. That's going to be something that before they invest in, they want to know does this brand have the best interest, right? Is this something that they're going to need and what have you? Is this going to be something they're going to feel good about and what have you? So you want to be able to define your business, the purpose of your business, right? You want to clarify the purpose of your business and the value it stands for, right? It's all about clear understanding, because if you don't have any type of give people a clear understanding of what you're doing for as an entrepreneur, it's going to be hard to gain people within your community, what have you. So it's very important that you do that, man. You want to make sure that you have a clear mission statement that's going to reflect your long-term goals and what have you, and what you're trying to achieve and what have you. So it's very important. Number 2 I have on my list is create a compelling vision. And basically what this is going to be a clear vision of your business, which goes beyond your short-term goals and what have you. Because like I said before, some of us don't set long-term goals. A lot of times people set a lot of short-term goals. And once you hit that mark, you're not motivated no more, right? You're not motivated to even go further, because you feel like, I hit all my goals. I don't have nothing else to look forward to. That's why it's very important to go beyond your short-term goals. This is going to be a clear vision that's going to be, especially if you, like, for instance, you trying to create a team of people. You want to make sure you have a clear enough vision that they can see where you taking them, where you taking this business, where you taking your brand and what have you. You also want to have a clear vision for yourself. See, a lot of times we don't have the vision of where we can take our brand. We can go as an entrepreneur, because we don't understand, or we don't have the direction, because we don't have any long-term goals that we're looking towards. Everything is short-term, and you got to be able to look. You got to look past your short-term goals, the short term of things. This is all, like I said, when you get into being an entrepreneur and you create something, it's all about longevity, executing, selling, and longevity, right? You definitely want to have longevity. You want to learn how to sell to people, and you want to definitely learn how to continue to execute over and over again. It's very important, guys. And you want to make sure you have a vision, develop a clear vision for your business, right? It's very important, because, like I said, a lot of times, man, us as entrepreneurs, we may see uh, and think we have a clear vision, but we don't, because when we get to the point where we trying to get our brand going, our business going, we no longer see a clear vision, because the vision that we did have, it wasn't that of a clear vision. It wasn't something of a vision that was compelling. It wasn't something of a vision that, it was just basically a simple vision, and we thought it was going to be easy, and we like, okay, all we have to do is create this and create this brand, put some stuff. Say, for instance, you creating a t-shirt business, and all of a sudden, you thinking, okay, this is going to be easy. All I got to do is get a t-shirt, put some words on it, and sell it. Put it out there and what have you. But we don't have a clear vision, and we thinking it's easy. But once we get into it, now we don't know, because the vision that we did have is not working and what have you. So it's very important to make sure you develop a clear vision, business vision that goes beyond your short-term goals. It's very important, because, like I said, this is a long-term process as an entrepreneur, right? You got to be committed to it, right? It's nothing short-term about being an entrepreneur. If you think being an entrepreneur is going to be a short-term process, then you're going to be done within a year, within 6 months, because your short-term mindset. You got to be thinking long-term as an entrepreneur, because, like I said before, this is all about longevity. So make sure you have a clear vision, for your business and what have you, right? Because this is all about, man, you keeping your customers around. It's all about building a strong team, keeping your team together, giving them the vision, a clear vision, and understanding what your business is, your customers, people investing in your business, what have you. So it's very important that you do that. Number three is focus on meaningful innovation, which you want to make sure that you are creating and innovating your business in a way that your customers feel like is adding value, continue to add value to your customers, right? Because your community is everything. Your community is going to be something that's going to give you the feedback that you need, especially when you're trying to innovate new things for your business, add new things to your business to take your business to the next level. That's why it's so important for us to be able to have a community so we can tap in and what have you, because it's very important as an entrepreneur that you be able to create something far as your competitors, that's going to be something that's going to distinguish the difference between you and your competitors, right? You want to be able to create innovational things that other businesses don't have, right? You want to be able to come up with ideas that other business don't have, right? Or other ideas that businesses can't execute on, because this is all about you continue to last over your competitors, right? You want to be able to have that type of innovation that people will see value in. You don't want to create trying to innovate your business that's not meaningful to anybody, right? And a lot of times we see that. We see where you have businesses that may innovate their business in thinking what they implement is going to take it to the next level, and really they subtracting from it, because you have a community of people may love something that you have, but now you innovating your business, and sometimes you have to take something away to add something, and most of the time some business take away the wrong thing, and people it's like, why you take that away? We love that feature. It might be like sometimes we see with cell phone companies. You have now people have the complaints about the Galaxy 23 S23 that just came out, right? I think it came out this year, and people are complaining about it because it doesn't have no external memory, no SD card slot. See, when you innovate in, not saying it's going to stop a Galaxy, Samsung from selling it and what have you, but a lot of people feel comfortable and happy with the last Samsung Galaxy that dropped, the 22, because it have external drive where you can put an SD slot card in it and what have you, versus this one. See, sometimes we innovate our business and we doing an innovation that's not meaningful to the people. That's why sometimes it's good to tap into your community before you put this innovation in play for your business. You want to make sure it's not going to be something that's going to take away from your business. That's why it's important to make sure you are creating things, and it's help to have a strong team, a strong team and a community, because that's going to help you in the long run to make it a lot more easier for you to be able to push your ideas, because they're going to tell you, okay, this is what we want to see, and you can go to the drawing table and you create that idea, right? And so it's very important that you do that. Far as an entrepreneur, man, make sure you focusing on meaningful innovation. It's very, very important, you know what I'm saying? Be able to identify the problem and you solve it. When that's another major thing as an entrepreneur. If you can solve a problem and you have solutions to the problem, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to it's going to make it a lot easier for your customers, right? For the people that love your brand, love who you are as an entrepreneur, and you solving problems and making it easy, right? It's very important to be able to do that. Very important. And number 4 on my list is nurture a positive company culture, which what I mean by that is you want to be able to build a company culture that aligns with your values, right? and it also foster a sense of purpose and growth. And it's very important that you do that, man, because at the end of the day, the company gonna reflect the leadership that it has, right? If you are an entrepreneur that stands for integrity, principles, strong principles, right? Discipline, determination. Those are the people that's going to represent your company. Those are the people that you're going to attract to your company, right? Your leadership reflects your company. People that you're going to add, people that's going to be within your circle, right? They're going to go above and beyond to make sure those standards of your company that you set forward and the values and what have you are being met. They're going to make sure no one comes in and try to disrupt that. Anything far as your culture that you set forward, and you are a entrepreneur that is strong minded and what have you, that stands on principle, you're going to have people that's within your team going to make sure everything stay intact. Everything that you put in place far as your company culture, they're going to make sure everybody is representing that and what have you, right? And no problem at all. See, if you are an entrepreneur and you lack them things, that's going to be a reflection of the people that you have. People are not going to take your company serious. Your people that you hire on for your team is not going to take your company serious at all, right? So it's very important that you create and nurture a positive company culture. Don't get me wrong. Yes, it's going to be a lot of times where everyone had bad days. It's going to happen, but at the end of the day, people know where your heart is. People know what type of person you are, and that's very important when it comes to your legacy as an entrepreneur, because people, it don't matter if you no longer exist and what have you. People still going to make sure them principles that you nurture within your company culture, values and what have you, are going to stay intact. It don't matter, because the legacy that you have, people still going to live by it. People going to stand by it. Your legacy has a strong impact on everything that's around it, right? It's all about, man, having integrity, being transparent, and what have you, far as you been in leadership, right? And a lot of times, you have entrepreneurs who may lack a lot of them things, may lack integrity, may lack transparency, may lack having strong principles, right? They in it for the wrong reasons, right? So that's going to be a reflection of your team, right? It's all about, man, growth. I don't want to leave growth out. That's all about growing, as an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Becoming strong each and every time, even in areas that you feel weak in, you becoming strong, because you want to make sure you are growing within your company and you nurturing it in a way where you want to make sure this is a positive environment for people, professional, as possible, So it's all about it, man. It's all about, man, making sure you definitely want to make sure you have a company that is going to people love coming to and what have you, being on your team. Customers, they love what your company represent and what have you. Number five, guys. Number 5 on my list is mentor and empower others, which is very important, man, because at the end of the day, it's all about giving back too, especially with the entrepreneurs that's under you that may not have a lot of years into entrepreneurship, just got into entrepreneurship, or those thinking about getting into entrepreneurship. See, if you already seasoned as an entrepreneur, it's good to give back. It's good to mentor others, right? Mentor others, because what you put out there in the universe is going to come back to you 10 times. So if you're out here supporting others, helping others through their journey and avoid the pitfalls that you may have experienced and what have you, the universe will pay you back in a million ways. And especially when it comes to your legacy, people going to remember what you have done for them. People always going to make sure they hold your legacy up at all costs, because what you done for them, you helped them, you mentored them, you made them feel welcome, Anytime they had a question, anytime they needed help, advice, and what have you, you was always there, right? You was always there to give them knowledge of trends that may happen. You was there to give them knowledge of the market. You was there to give them knowledge within whatever what other industry, if they are in the same industry as you giving them knowledge. Because at the end of the day, I heard something from this brand, right? It was very intriguing what they said. They said, you know what? We don't mind helping people for free. We don't mind giving people the game. We don't mind at all, because at the end of the day, we're not worrying about anybody outworking us, because no one's going to be able to outwork us because we constantly working, right? See, when you are an entrepreneur and you are confident in your ability, and you know you have a work ethic that can't no one touch, you're not worrying about giving people advice. You're not worrying about mentoring the other person within the same industry that you are doing your business in, because at the end of the day, you know they're not going to outwork you, right? You know, at the end of the day, you always working. You have a strong team. You have a secure legacy within the game. People know who you are. So you're not worrying about that. See, give back. That's very important, to give back to others, because at the end of the day, your legacy is going to be something that's going to be around when you are gone off the face of this earth and what have you. Your legacy is always going to be here. It's going to be carried on through others, right? Either it's going to be carried on through the people that's within your team, within your community, within your offspring that you left it with, right? Or one of your family members, well, with your business partner, whoever you left your legacy with, right? They're always going to carry that on, because you were a person that helped others. You was a person that didn't mind giving back to others, right? That's why it's so important, man. At the end of the day, man, is to own your legacy, because your legacy is what's going to be around longer than you, right? People going to remember you as an entrepreneur, especially you have a legacy that's very, it is deep rooted in discipline, integrity, deep rooted in impacting others' lives, adding value to other lives, adding value to your community and what have you. Your legacy always going to be around. Look at Nipsey Hussle, right? He said it. He said it. He said, this is a marathon, right? This is not a race. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. And guess what? His legacy is always going to be around. His legacy, what he has cemented far as his legacy in the game, in the rap game, far as entrepreneurship and what have you, no one can take that away from his legacy. His legacy always going to be around, because when you think of entrepreneurship as a youngin', especially in the game right now, Nipsey Hussle going to be one of the entrepreneurs that you think about, because of what he has done. Before he left this face of this earth, Nipsey Hussle cemented his legacy far as an entrepreneur. You know, hustle and motivate. That's one of the songs right there. Is a very motivating song, right? He's a smart, intelligent brother. He dealt with tech, so he knew a lot, and he gave back to his community. And that's what I say, far as your mentorship, giving back. That plays a very key point to owning your legacy. Your legacy, when you do things like that, and you are genuine with what you do as an entrepreneur, and you putting in work, your legacy is not going to go nowhere. People going to make sure they hold that up at all costs. No, they're not going to let anybody tear down your legacy or do anything, because they know what type of person you was as an entrepreneur, right? It's all about, man, getting into this entrepreneurship. It's all about, man, staying rooted, staying grounded, executing, longevity, learning how to sell. You definitely want to learn how to sell. It's a multiple things that go into being an entrepreneur that you need to learn how to do, right? That's going to keep you, that's going to help you make an impact a long lasting impact and help you stay within longevity of being an entrepreneur and what have you. So it's very important, guys, man. Thank y'all for tapping in with me in the show today. Like I said, man, owning your legacy as an entrepreneur, guys, is very important. Before I go though, I want to tell y'all, make sure y'all go to Invest Brand, because man, it's we're gonna drop some heat, guys. We're gonna drop some when this site is relaunched, man. I'm telling y'all right now, that's why it's important for y'all to go to investbrand.com and sign up on the email list, man. I'm telling y'all right now, it's what we have in store, the merch that we have in store, guys. This is gonna be amazing. We got new hats, we got new shirts, we got new hoodies. And tell you the truth, I just the person that's working on my hoodie now, right? They just sent me a text of the finished product, guys. The finished product of the shirt, and especially the hoodie. Oh my God, man. I'm telling y'all right now, man, it's crazy. It's crazy, right? So I got some new Invest Brand hats done. So it's I'm telling y'all right now, man. That's why y'all need to go to Invest Brand, investbrand.com right now. Emailing list. Become part of the journey, guys. Become part of the journey, because I'm telling you this, we up from here. Invest Brand all day, guys. Invest Brand all day, man. Investing in yourself. That's what Invest Brand stands for, man. You are your own brand. So invest in your greatness all day. But other than that, man, make sure y'all tap in next Monday for the Invest Brand Podshow. Very, very important. Like I said before, man, subscribe to the show. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and make sure you smash on that like button, man, so the algorithm know this is a real show. We trying to get it for y'all out here. So other than that, man, make sure y'all tap back in with me. Yup, Invest.